Entertainment purposes only.
Donald Marshall, the G, has been exposing Vril reptilians, and here's what they actually look like. Watch until the end to see a picture of it going in the human eye. This is just mind-blowing, literally. As Donnie says, once it goes in through the human eye, that person dies and becomes a human drone. This is why you should never, ever sell your soul for fame or stardom, as this could happen to you. How to detect a human drone.
In a lot of different countries. It's not just an isolated thing, and these things walk around all over the place. There is a way to detect them. So if you detect them with a CT scan or an MRI, you damage the frontal lobes of the brain.
Well, when they do CT scans on psychopaths, there's virtually zero brain activity kind of thing. Like it's all down here at the bottom base of the lower cortex, what they call the reptilian brain. Is that what you're talking about?
I didn't hear that actually.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
So now what? You no longer human. Now what happened? You doing shit like an animal. You are aggressive. You do shit that is unbelievable. You want to eat flesh because that entity is feeding off your flesh. So it only makes sense you want to do what that entity do because you're no longer human now. So you start doing shit as parasite because the parasite lived on you to survive. So now you want to live on other people to survive. This is why you hear some horrendous shit happen to other people. You hear that person did this to kids. You hear that person did that to other people because they no longer human anymore. This parasite take over their body, and that is your reptilian, my G. Okay, we have exactly. You know how many movies they put out like that? Countless of movies. That is your reptilian, not what you think it is. More like a parasite. Okay? So we just gonna clear this joint out for people, because you know there's too long people living in the lies. Okay? This is after a surgery. They remove one from someone completely head. Look at how it look like. You see that? It's after they remove one from someone. That's how it looked like. After they remove it. Okay, so definitely this is the back of it. When they remove it from you, this is after surgery. They open it because they have to cut the top. When they remove the top, what it look like? A freaking entity. Yes, sir. Because it's been feeding into the human flesh, which is your brain. This is why they gave you a Ninja Turtle. This is Kang. If anybody watched Ninja Turtle, you remember the brain? This is Kang. That's what you're looking at. That's where they create the characters from. Look at the way it look. This is Kang. That's why they show you Kang was inside of a tank. The chest person of a tank.
Before, when I was on here with you, we talked about MK Ultra mind control, and I said, I may not have said it on your show, but in a subsequent speech I did say, what MK Ultra mind control does is train people never to blame the guilty. Instead, to point the finger it's eating its own tail. And everybody's like, truther, you're a truther. You know, when idiots are calling brilliant people stupid, you got a real problem. It's House of Sodom, works with House of Windsor, works with the Vatican, works with Rothschild. It's all one big friggin' mafia scam. I mean, I'll probably get assassinated or droned when I'm out of here, but it's all a scam of
Vril parasites are capable of embedding themselves into the brain of mammals, allowing them to hijack the consciousness, creating a host. They hijack your consciousness, replace it with their consciousness. They will wrap around the back of your eyeball. There's a bigger agenda, which is why they put these worms into the food. They want to normalize eating worms like in the UK.
A lot on this in my 5G video of the black goo and the mRNA, but basically these black fibers made out of these molecules of graphene or black goo come together and form a weaving or a knotting, which forms these blood clots everyone's finding in their bodies. It's forming these Vril lizard 369 lizard Vril creatures inside people. And they're just inert now because they haven't been fully activated. And this is why some people are getting clots and dying. But when enough people have these clots in them, which are these manifestations of this 369 parasite, they will all end up being taken over when the 5G is activated.